Hey guys, I've had a few people ask how I do my A.L.I.C.E setup for barricading basically. Now you need a few supplies, it's not much and it's not very expensive, but come on in, we'll take a closer look at what you need and how I go about doing it. Here's the basics. Now you don't have to have exactly what I have here, but if we kind of zoom in and look, this is just a cable kit. And it already comes with some of the hardware that you need. So you can just buy the cable and the hardware and everything else out separately, but this is kind of everything in one. You're going to need something to tighten it down and something to clamp it onto the wall with. D-rings will work, but in this case I just have a common bolt snap. Well, let's get to it. All right, well, after cutting everything out of the box, here it is. Now, what I really need are these. This is going to help clamp the cable down. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Now, this kit particularly came with 6 because I actually have 3 doors I have to secure. It's just how mine is. But you could get it a little cheaper by doing it all individually, especially if you only have 1 door, obviously. Let me go outside and I'll show you how to cut the cable and get it to the right size. Alright, so we're going to cut the cable. Now this cable is tenacious. It's really hard to cut unless you have the right tools. I'm going to show you how to do it with a grinder, but let's go ahead and take a look. Now you want to get it to the right length, and I've already pre-measured mine. I know I need about 16 inches from end to end, but I'm going to have to make a loop, so I need some extra. So I'm going to need really about 24 inches. So I got it measured out, and that's pretty much it. Now, I need 3, so I'm going to go ahead and make all my cuts because they're all about the same, and you can adjust it a little after the fact, but otherwise, let's go on back in and take a look and see how it all goes together. All right, now that I have my individual links, I just have to kind of put them together. So I need my hook on one end, and then we have these little guys. So just simply goes over kind of both ends, if you will, and then it just gets tightened down. Not much to it, but that's where this guy comes in handy. Alright, so there we go. There's one end. Now for mine, I know I needed about 16 inches, so when it's on the door, I'm going to give myself a little slack, so I'm just going to slip this thing in first, and then it just loops back through it here. Check my length again, a little short. Now, once again, I can play around. I can let this one out, I can let this one in, something of that nature, but you just want to get your length right, and then you're good to go. So, tighten it down. Here it is. So this is my little A.L.I.C.E. We'll go into the classroom and I'll show you how it works, but that's it. Pretty plain and simple. All right, well, here we are in the classroom with our handy dandy cable. And basically it just hooks there and sits there. But when there's a lockdown, all we have to do is unhook it, slip it through the door, and hook it back. Now if anybody tries to open this, that's it. It won't go any farther. Room's barricaded, and if we want to get out, we don't have to move a whole bunch of desks. Simply unhook it, and we're good to go. So anyway, my handy dandy A.L.I.C.E works pretty handy. Now, if you don't have this kind of a handle, I'll show you how it'll work with a regular circular handle. So come on and let's take a look at that. Here we are at a different kind of door. This was my first classroom I put it in, and it had two different hooks. So here we have a standard kind of door and it opens outward. Well, here's the cable hooked up just like before. You just got to get it tight enough so that it just slips over the door. That way when anybody goes to open it, it tightens up against it. And there's not enough space to get in and do anything to get it off. So once again, it works really well. Can't push the door open from it because it's hooked up into the wall. And really, it's this piece up here which is really crucial. If you're in a cinder block, you can get it to grip really well. If it's in drywall, you got to do something to anchor it. The best thing to do is find where the 2x4 is, because you want to put this thing into the 2x4. That'll make it solid. You hook this up into drywall, this thing's going to pop right out and it's not going to be secure at all. We don't want it to look safe, we want it to be safe. So when you anchor this thing, make sure you're either putting it in here, it's like cinder block, or if it's in drywall, you've got to find where the 2x4 is, anchor it into the 2x4. All right, that's it for these. Hey guys, there's my fix for A.L.I.C.E. Simple cable, few things you got to get. Set you back somewhere between $5 and $15, depending on if you buy it as a kit or individually, and if you got one or more doors. Well, hopefully helped you out if it was something you're interested in. Otherwise, take care guys, and we'll see you next time.